Peace and love, peace and love. Y'all know I want y'all to stay encouraged as always. It's your girl Raw. I personally, you know, when you going through life, you got your ups and downs, and some days are tougher than others. But people think because you have hard days, oh, that means that you're struggling every day, all day. No, that doesn't mean everybody goes through something. It's just the level of what they're going through. The scales may be different. It's level to everything in life. So sometimes we have to, know our lane and stay in it and stop trying to tell somebody how to do certain things in that lane. If you haven't been there, we won't always fully understand certain things about people and their problems unless we actually been through them ourselves. That's why I say judge not lest you be judged. Because things you nitpicking, somebody can nitpick about you too. You know, you might be good in this area, but you may be, struggling in another area. And it may not be financially, it may be mentally, physically, emotionally. Everybody's going through something, somewhere, shape, or form, depending on their life. Um, yeah, with that being said, when I say trust in the Lord, because I know a lot of people probably like, what do you mean? Just not know what you're doing. There's nothing wrong with having a plan, but the thing is, we get so caught up in our own plan. If things were to change, we start to lose control of ourselves, or get sidetracked, or get frustrated, or want to whatever go through the motions. When you're working with God, there's nothing. He said, write the plan. Write it. Make it plain. Write the vision, make it plain. So God don't mind you having ideas and dreams and aspirations. That's not the problem. Sometimes we might want certain things that may not be the best option for us, and He will redirect us. And you just got to be okay with those redirection. You got to be okay with the change. There's nothing wrong with having a vision, but be okay with the, you know, changes, some corrections. Because God might be like, yeah, you might want this, but okay, we going to get you that, but in a different form, in a different way that fits you. That's going to work more for you, work better in your lane, because sometimes we, you know, don't really know what's best for ourselves, due to, you know, multiple things, you know. It's not your fault, It's just some things we just don't know. You feel me? But with that being said, I want everybody just to stay encouraged. Of course, like I'm always gonna say that. It's okay to have a plan. It's okay to have a vision, but if God has a better idea, allow Him to redirect you. If God said not right now, allow God to be like, allow it to be not right now. If God said wait, just wait, you know. So trust the path that He's putting you on, and sometimes that takes redirection. Sometimes that means He's going to redirect you in another direction. You might have been thinking this is a good place to be or a good direction to go in, but God might be want to redirect you somewhere else, and you may not understand the fullness thereof that redirection until you start to follow that path. You know what I mean? So start looking for the lessons. Then you won't be so disappointed when certain things don't work out your way. Learn that it's okay for plans to change. It's okay for things to not go as planned. It's okay. You know what I mean? It's okay for things to have to be redirected. It's okay for things to have to be changed. It's okay for things or for access to be denied. It's okay for things to not be, thank you. It's okay for not things for things not to be the way you expected it to be. It's okay, because there may be something God may be protecting you from or redirecting you from, or it's always something greater, for you. But sometimes we may not see it because we're currently going through the testimony stage. Like we're building our testimony, you know. So we just got to trust the process and know that God can and will do what he said he was going to do. All we have to do is trust and believe that he can, he will, and he's going to do what he said he was going to do. You just got to believe it and just continue to follow the path. And sometimes allow that redirection to be the lesson, because that may be what he needs for you to go through to build the testimony, because somebody is watching, somebody needs you, somebody is going to receive a breakthrough off of your testimony. Because we never know who may have their eyes on you. We never know who we may be uplifting. And with that being said, you pushing through somebody, even though you may made, oh, I'm not where I want to be, or my life is not the way I expect it to be, or I may not be at the height of the career that I want to be in at this time. But somebody seeing you at your lowest, and they seeing you at your mid, and now they're seeing you working your way to the top. You watching you is actually the encouragement somebody else needs. You understand? So you may not get the accolades, you may not always get the thank yous, you may not always get the, oh, I appreciate you for, you were the one that gave me that idea to do this, you were the person that, you may not always receive that, but you are a living testimony. So just continue to trust that no matter where the redirection is, no matter where the denial is, you are touching someone along the way. So stay encouraged. Peace, love, and hair grease. And if you don't got no haters, you doing something wrong. If everybody like you doing something wrong. So it's okay for the naysayers. It's okay for the people to not like you. It's okay for people to talk smack about you. It's gonna be they gonna say this is gonna be a lot. And some days it's gonna be easy to get through, and some days it's gonna be a lot harder. All you gotta do is keep your head up, keep pushing, keep going, because at the end of the day, God got the final say. All you gotta do is trust, believe, and follow his word, and continue to be strong. And I'm hearing, like, if you haven't fast, please fast. Okay. Thank you. So, if it's been on your heart to fast, go ahead and go on your fast. Do it for 7 hours, 3 hours, 3 days. Go ahead, make that time with God so he can help you build up your strength so that you can fight those battles that the enemy is trying to throw at you. All right, well, peace, love, and hair grease. Until we meet again, it's your girl, Raw. Bye.